In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night. You just smacked yourself on the microphone.
I'm blinded by the light.
Hi, my name's Katie, and I hate children and have heartburn.
Well, that was random.
I don't know.
No children around here.
I just like seeing them, like wandering around. I just like have a vehemently hate for them.
Well, little did you know you're pregnant.
I am not pregnant. Very not pregnant. Like far from pregnancy.
Okay.
Shut up. Push me down the stairs, goddammit. What's your name?
Twice.
For what? For the first time?
Flavored water.
Your name is Flavored Water. So you can do like the hand gesture and be like, FW. F.
Fuck with.
W.
Fuck with.
W.
W.
It should have been double V, not W.
True. Unless people do it like
The whirly gigs.
yeah, so it's a W, not double V. I mean, I write my W's like that.
I write all in caps.
I write like a normal human being, so lowercase, non-cursive.
With no punctuation.
No, I put it in a comma every once in a while.
Just put it in the middle of a word.
With like a little accent and shit, you know, to make it look fancy.
And then it's like not even a word anymore.
Nope. I made my own language.
How's your week going?
Great.
I mean, now you have the little sling thingy off.
Yeah,
so.
It should have been all fucking on day 2. Now
They
my
never told
elbow
me.
Is like suffering the consequences of this.
You said it was feeling fine.
No, it doesn't feel fine.
Well, then
And I get like weird. It feels like someone's putting like a whole bunch of ice packs on my arm at the same time and like leaving it there with no like
protection.
It randomly comes and it like freezes my whole arm and my body and then it goes away. I don't know if that's like the nerve just tripping out or if it's going to be like that for the rest of my life or I don't know. So I guess we got to see. But, you know, it's just healing up. You know, it's going great.
I think you just had surgery so you have more attention.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
You're just an attention whore.
You got me. Fuck no. I do not want to have surgery. I'd rather be far away from surgery. Because now I can't play beer pong right now. I can't fucking play video games I want to right now.
You play beer pong with your right hand.
I can't sleep. No, I wanted to start shooting left-handed because I'm going to try to play sober from now on. And see how my shooting was going to go.
Well, that's dramatic. Are you going to ask me about my week?
I wasn't done, but how's your week?
Oh, finish.
No, whatever. Whatever.
So you're just going to be doing that today?
What?
Just being annoying.
I'm always annoying, according to you. So I have to make this 20 minutes. So I can't be rambling anymore.
That's going to be a
have
first.
Somewhere to be. So
where do you have to be?
Back over there.
My week's been going great.
Wait. How's your week?
Hate you.
Is that part of it?
Yes. That's the update. I hate you. No. That I got a side gig, and I'm now considered a freelance writer for...
You're about to say artist.
Well, technically it's art.
Art
with words.
Art with words in a book?
Yeah. So I'm going to be getting paid a pretty penny to rewrite a book for them. So I'm working on it. It's 414 chapters.
Better hop to it.
Seriously, I've just finished the 10th chapter. And I'm just
got a long way to go.
But it's going. I'm excited. But I guess let's just get into the meat and potatoes.
No. Taters and meat.
I hate you. All right.
Let's continue.
Just kidding. I love you.
No, you don't.
All right. So do you remember the movie?
Sure.
So last week I said it was Tarzan. It's actually the Legend of Tarzan.
Same thing. So
It's pretty much the
Tarzan
same
in
thing.
it.
But it is on Netflix, and if it's actually leaving March 17th, so if you don't watch it by then, you can watch it on Hulu, Amazon Prime, ...
Redbox.
Probably Redbox. But do you want to read?
You've never read it. Maybe you should read it this time.
It's long. If you want me to read it, I can.
I can't see it.
Open your eyes.
So we have the Legend of Tarzano.
That wasn't funny. I don't know why you're
I thought
laughing.
it was funny. Came out in 2016. Yeah. I had to scratch my head. Ooh, that's low. So we have a 6 point. This is not in the right. There we go. We have a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb Bizzle. We have 35% tile.
I don't know why it's so low.
Fucking haters out there, man.
Jesus. You get to see half naked Alexander Skarsgård. Like, that instantly is like
And
75%.
Margot Robbie's like fully clothed the whole movie, but that's sad. 35% on Rotten Potatoes. And then, yeah, that's it there. So, synopsis.
Penis peni.
Oh, I mean, it made some money, though. It's been nearly a decade since Tarzan, Alexander Skarsgård, also known as John Clayton III, left Africa to live in Victorian England with his wife Jane, Margot Robbie, who is married. I'm telling your husband. Danger lurks in the horizon as Leon Rom, Christoph Waltz, a treacherous envoy for King Leopold, right?
Leopold, yeah.
Leopold, devises a scheme that lures the couple to the Congo. I was thinking something else. Rom plans to capture Tarzan and deliver him to his old enemy in exchange for diamonds. When Jane becomes a pawn in his devious plot, Tarzan must return to the jungle to save the woman he loves / married to.
Does it say that?
No, I added that part. We have director David Yates. Budget was $180 million.
Damn.
And box office was $356.7 million.
Almost doubled what they put into
They
it.
should have made some monies off of it.
I still don't understand how it got so low though.
What do you mean?
Like the ratings.
Oh, because people are terrible. People that
Very
rate
true.
movies. So we have Alexander Skarsgård as Tarzan, or the Legend of Tarzan. We have Margot Robbie as Jane Porter, Samuel L. Jackson as George Washington Williams, Christoph Waltz as Liam Rom. We have my boy D. Jonmon Hysun. I can't remember. What movie was he in?
He's in a bunch
He's
of
a
movies.
guy that was in Blood Diamond, the black bald guy with the beard and Blood Diamonds. We have, I don't remember seeing him, Jim Broadbent as Prime Minister.
Oh, he's one of the prime ministers.
That must be Baby Tarzan. And we got Sydney Ratlisoli as Wasimbu. I think I said that pretty well.
Good job, babe.
So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh my god, that was funny. Okay. Well, the movie itself was pretty good. I enjoyed
Pretty
it.
good. I would watch it again, so it was fantastic.
A lot of people died in heinous, horrible ways. Alligator eaten stampede.
Getting mashed to death by a
gorilla. Tigers or lions out there chewing on people.
Yeah.
Hippos.
True. No, we didn't see any hippos getting like.
Well, I mean, they were trying to attack.
They were trying to eat Margot Robbie, but she got away.
Yeah. So we just got to see a lot of wildlife deaths.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it was worth it because they're evil people.
And then I didn't realize Samuel L. Jackson was in this, and every time he was talking, I just wanted to add motherfucker at the end.
You should have.
I wish I did. I wish he did. But
you ruined it. I don't think he said motherfucker at all in this movie.
He did not. And that's
I don't
his,
think he even cussed at all in this movie.
I think he said damn.
Is that really a cuss word? Because
It
damn
is.
is just like a dam that holds water. So
That's just different spelling.
I don't care. Still damn. Got to use it correctly in a sentence. Otherwise, you won't be able to tell.
D-A-M-N is the bad one. D-A-M is the regular one.
Saying it, no one's going to know which spelling that you're using. So,
Just damn. Damn.
Damn that damn. See? No one knows.
So you're just repeating damn.
No, I said damn that damn. So, damn that damn.
So that's actively fixing the dam.
What?
So you dam it up? Like you put... Never mind. Anyway.
Yeah, you're confusing yourself. And
so this was a good movie. It had wildlife. It had love, romance. It had action. Tarzan jumping from cliffs and Samuel L. Jackson jumping along with him.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any formal training, so I'm surprised he didn't die, but...
It's the way of the jungle.
And it's just really impressive. At like one of the scenes, he lifted himself up onto a tree branch.
Yeah, that was pretty cool looking. He was just like a gorilla.
Sup. Yeah. But progressively through the movie, he got a little bit more wild.
Or a little bit more naked.
It's very true. Because every scene or something, he would lose an article of clothing.
I think the couch is still a little moist.
I hate you. Anyway, so I guess we can just wrap it up. We don't want to give too much away because it is a good movie. It is almost 2 hours, so definitely just...
What? I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did. Gross. My score, I'm going to give it a 10.
Nice.
It's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I'm going to give it a negative 10.
So 0, just it
No,
averages
this is
out.
today's opposite day.
Okay. I'm not going to try to play this game with you.
What game? It's a serious... I was going to say game. It's a serious...
Endeavor?
Sure. There we go. Your brain is smarter than mine. So there's no games being played here, mademoiselle.
No. Okay, so what? So you're negative 10, I'm 10. Great.
No,
awesome.
10.
Okay. Great. Watch it. Do it. Because we said so.
Watch it now.
Are you doing it?
I am. I'm watching it on my phone right now.
Great.
Wow, it's leaning up against your laptop.
All right. So we're going to move on to our topic. Do you remember what our topic is?
Chicken and grits and bacon grease?
No. It is Tina Watson. Gabe and Tina Watson. The situation they had. I showed you a picture. I showed you a picture. Anyway, so we're just going to get into it and you'll learn about it.
Yep, we got 5 more minutes.
Sure. So the sites, I only had to use 2 sites today, which was really kind of crazy because one of them was really, really detailed and the other one just kind of supplemented some stuff I didn't really understand in the first one. So the first location I used was chillingcrimes.com, which is very interesting. Mm-hmm. And then the other one obviously is Wikipedia.
Wikipedia has everything.
Yeah, some people don't say don't trust Wikipedia because it's member
ran by the government,
updated. So like you or I could actually just go in and change a whole bunch of shit.
Let's go do it then.
Just mess it up,
stir up some shit,
and be like, ha ha ha! I'm president of the United States.
Skarsgård and Margot Robbie is like 100 years old.
That'd be hilarious.
Say they were in porn before.
Nobody knows if they were or not.
It's true.
Okay, so let's get on some background. Christina May, also known as Tina Watson, was born in West Germany on 13th of February of 1977, before relocating to the U.S. while still a baby. On the 24th of January of 1980, she was legally adopted by Tommy and Cindy Thomas. They lived in Walker County, Alabama, with her younger sister before moving to Louisiana, then Birmingham.
Birmingham, California?
Probably Birmingham, Alabama.
That's the one.
The racisty one.
The racisty one?
Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama had a bunch of like racial issues.
Like recently?
No, back in the day when when like black people were trying to get rights.
Slavery was the thing?
No, like in the 70s. 60s or 70s.
The rights.
Like they're black rights. All right. Then we have David Gabriel. He went by Gabe Watson. Met Tina while they were students at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. And they began dating in January of 2001. Gabe was a bubble wrap salesman.
Bubble wrap salesman.
Yeah, I just put that in there.
How do you sell bubble wrap? Like door to door, he'd have to do this?
I don't know. That's just what it said he did.
Terrible.
But like you show up to somebody's door and just start popping the...
It's like, hey, you want to buy some bubble wrap?
It's exactly how he sounded. Very scarily, eerily, exact.
I knew it. I did my research.
No, you didn't. Go ahead and read number 1.
Ooh, so soon?
Yeah, try to make it...
Aww, you're so sweet, like chocolate chip cookies.
Am I really? I'm the bitter chocolate. Do you have to cook with?
Dark chocolate?
I said the bitter chocolate. Baking
What's wrong with
chocolate.
bitter chocolate?
Usually you don't want to eat it.
I'm bitter chocolate. You don't want to eat me.
You're milk chocolate. I
can't have dairy, so I'm not milk chocolate. I'm just...
You're white chocolate.
Bingo.
You can't have that either. The cookies and cream chocolate that made me sick.
Eat it just to get sick. I would fucking do it. That's so good. I haven't had it in so long. Ty. Tina Watson notes. Was I supposed to read that part?
No. Read number 1.
Fuck. Number 1 dot close parentheses.
Oh my god.
Despite
this is what I have to deal with every day, folks. Don't you feel bad for me?
I should have got wine before we came in here.
You're already...
Arrow, can you go get some wine?
You're looking at Wade and calling him Arrow.
Fuck. I'm drunk already. Despite an earlier diagnosis of...
I did that intentionally.
Paroxysmal
supraventricular
tachycardia. See, I said that perfect.
Look after I told you to say it. Say, what is it? Pistachio.
Oh, fuck. I'm good now. Seeing it ruined me, and I shouldn't have done that. Just don't write pistachio at the top of my paper.
I'm just gonna do it every single time just to piss you off.
Pistachio. I'm gonna start
probably
fucking
spell it wrong.
Probably, I would. Tina began diving lessons in January 2003 and earned her certification just before her wedding to Watson on 11 October 2003. October 11, 2003. That's weird. Watson was purportedly a qualified, certified rescue diver. Jeez. With experience in the Lake at Oak Mountain State Park. Watson had completed 55 dives by the time of their marriage, and Tina 5.
So she did not have that much experience diving. He did. He was supposed to be a rescue person. But the thing is, if you get your training in a lake, it's way different than the ocean.
Why is it way different?
Because there's currents and shit. In lakes, I don't think they have currents. Like underwater currents. I don't know.
Which one is the one that like goes really fast? Is that Rivers? You
didn't know the word river.
I know the word river. I just didn't know which one goes really fast.
There's river, there's a stream, there's a creek, pond.
Creeks are slow, right?
And they're small. Shut up. Okay. Did you finish number 1?
Well, all right.
So the couple had planned a scuba trip in the Great Barrier Reef for their honeymoon and flew to Sydney for a week before heading to Townsville. Gabe had, prior to his departure from the United States, contacted Mike Ball Dive Expeditions. They were a diving company, and he arranged a dive trip for him and Tina to do. So Mike Ball is actually a big company in Australia because we used to sell that for when I worked as a
Mike Ball?
Like it's a dude's name, but he owns it. Obviously, Mike Ball. They chose to dive the popular yet difficult wreck of SS Yongala. Sure. a passenger ship that sank in 1911, even though Watson had limited open ocean experience and Tina had never dived in the ocean or below 9 meters. So she not ready. She was not ready for this. Then we're going to go, that's the background before their trip. Now we're on the trip with them. And we're going to talk about the incident. Read number 2.
You read number 2. On the 21st of October,
just because it's near your birthday.
Mm-hmm. On the 21st of October at 10 p.m., Gabe and Tina boarded the Spoil Sport. There we go.
That does not start with a P.
Spoil?
You said...
I said Spoil Sport.
Okay, continue.
It departed an hour and a half later and moored at the site beside the dive at 2 a.m. on the morning of the 22nd of October. A few hours later at 9 a.m., the company briefed the divers on what was to happen. What was to happen during the dive and the route to take. Gabe and Tina had their own diving equipment with them, and the company provided the air tanks. Tina and Gabe put on their equipment and went out with 4 others and into the water to begin their dive. Oh, I remember what's happening now.
Okay. Yeah. So, just a few minutes later, Gabe and Tina returned to the spoil sport. Gabe said that there was a problem with his dive computer, which was worn like a watch on his wrist. So it looked like a watch. It's like my smartwatch. He changed the position of the batteries, and Tina and Gabe went back out into the water again. Their dive was set to begin. So they're off. The Yongala is a shipwreck off the Great Barrier Reef that lies in 30 meters of water. So remember, Tina has never dove deeper than 9 meters. So this is over triple what she's used to. With the upper section of the wreck 16 meters below the surface of the water. It is a 350 steamer that sank in 1911. So just a little bit of detail on that. Gabe and Tina had a plan for the dive. They planned to travel down to the anchor line, drift across the top of the wreck, pick up a second line, and return to the surface. So they were just going to go up, just go across it, and then on the other end of the ship, they were going to come up. Their dive began. Just minutes later, Gabe returned to the surface. He needed help. But he wasn't in trouble. Tina was.
Dun, dun, dun.
One of the dive organizers went down and found Tina. He brought her to the surface and on to one of the other boats. Watson climbed aboard the spoil sport and alerted dive instructor Wade Singleton, who brought Tina to the surface after 10 minutes underwater. So it took him 10 minutes to get her out.
Jeez Louise.
All right, read number 3.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. She was taken aboard the adjacent dive boat Jazz 2, where the doctor tried to resuscitate her for 40 minutes while Watson remaining on the spoil sport, but she was unable to be revived. While they tried to resuscitate Tina for some 45 minutes, Gabe stayed on a different boat to the boat that his wife was on.
It was a different boat.
Jesus, that was a weird sentence. A further troubling issue was revealed. Gabe was certified as an open water scuba diver, an advanced diver, rescue diver, and a specialty diver. Yet, despite his qualifications, he made no effort to save or help his wife.
Why is that funny?
He said, F you, is what he said.
Pretty much.
Jeez Louise.
You do need a rescue, but I'm
like,
not the...
honey, boo-boo, kitty fuck. You should have taken practice lessons.
Okay. So Watson claimed the currents were stronger than they expected. And that he responded to his signal from Tina to return to the dive rope, where he noted a look of worry on her face before she accidentally knocked his mask and air regulator loose. When Watson recovered his sight, Tina was sinking too quickly for him to retrieve her, and he quickly surfaced to get help. So you're gonna be decked out in fucking dive equipment. That means you have fins on. That means you could easily catch up. Easily. But he did not. He also stated that an ear problem prevented him from diving deeper to help her, and that there was nothing in his training as a rescue diver about how to get somebody in trouble to the surface. What the fuck? It's a rescue certification, meaning you have to bring somebody in. Mm-hmm. Dumb.
I think he was making an excuse here.
Right? Okay, so what did the eyewitnesses have to say? So there was a couple people who were witnessing what was happening. Other divers nearby at the time, including Stanley Stutz, saw Watson engaged in an underwater bear hug with his flailing wife. I don't know why they're bunny-eared, but they are. After which he headed for the surface while Tina fell to the ocean floor. Read number 4.
Damn, she went all the way down to the ocean floor.
Oh, it's only 30 meters.
Only? Still pretty far.
It's like 90 feet.
Still pretty far. Number 4. One diver, Gary Stepler, photographed Tina by chance while taking a picture of his own wife that showed Tina in the background. The photo showed her lying face up on the ocean floor. Something did not come to light until a couple of weeks later when the pictures were developed. What?
So they didn't realize. So here.
Because she was at the surface of the water. Oh, no, she is on the floor.
She's on the floor. If you are watching this, you can see in the background there's somebody laying on the floor. So he took a picture of his wife, and she's on the bottom. It's scary. Like, it's really...
So that person that's near the camera, that's his wife? Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the divers told authorities that Gabe was behaving strangely while rescuers were trying to resuscitate his wife and was asking them for hugs. At first, he even told them that he had a headache, then acted shocked when they informed him that she was dead. According to them, he definitely wasn't acting like someone who was worried about his wife. So
no.
Like, and there's other things... other things said that they were asking him, hey, do you want to go to the ship? And he's like, no, I'm okay here. Like, he didn't go to his wife who was dying. So they've only been married 11 days, and he just didn't give two shits.
No, he did not.
Okay, so we're going to talk more about the dive. So some random facts about this dive. Everyone apart from Tina who took part in the dive that day was an experienced diver. So Tina was the least experienced person. Mm-hmm. Tina had taken part in 11 dives, but none were in open water. She admitted that diving made her nervous and she hadn't done it before.
Wow. So why the hell did he force his poor girl to go?
It was his choice, and he was like, he pretty much forced her to do it. Like,
yeah.
That particular dive was known as a red dive due to the strong underwater currents. A red dive is normally recommended for advanced divers only. Police questioned why Tina would be on such a dive in the first place and why they had turned down an offer to have a guide with them. They had twice refused others of an orientation dive with instructors while on the trip. So they were like, no, we're good. But they should have had that.
No, their intentions were something completely different.
So you get to read what Gabe said. Read number 5.
Gabe said that the severity of the current hit them as soon as they entered the water. They were being pushed along and constantly moving. According to Gabe, Tina indicated that she wanted to go back to the anchor line. He pointed to his inflator hose and mentioned to Tina to put air in her buoyancy. Mm-hmm. Compensatory. Yeah, whatever. So that they could float up. But nothing happened from the inflator hose, so Gabe grabbed a hold of Tina by the strap and started to head back to the anchor rope. Gabe then said that Tina accidentally knocked his mask off his face. He let go of her so he could fix it. He said that in a short space of time, Tina was 10 feet down and sinking further. She had her arms up, and Gabe tried to grab a hold of her, but she was out of reach. He swam to the surface to get help, and that was when a dive organizer entered the water and brought Tina back up onto one of the boats. Jesus.
So the jazz too. All right. So we'll learn something about this, and you're going to be pissed off. Okay. So now we're just going to kind of move into the investigation. Over the course of a number of conversations, there were inconsistencies in some of Gabe's accounts as to what happened. When police compared his account to his dive computer, they believed the record kept on that of what happened and the times involved contradicted him. So the dive computer literally stores all the information of your dive. Mm-hmm. So how far you go down, what you're doing, like your movements, it just lists it out. Mm-hmm. And so when they're like looking at it and they're like, bruh, like.
It's like something ain't added up there, boss.
So there was some issues, so the coroner looked into them. Gabe was Tina's dive buddy, yet did not inflate her buoyancy control device or remove her weight belt. Could have done that. Mm-hmm. Helped her. He didn't share his alternative air source with her, so he had extra air. He could have given it to her while they were down there.
No, he said hell no.
Nah, he was really not about to save her.
No.
They also noted that when Tina was brought to the surface, her regulator was still in her mouth, her tank still had air, and tests indicated no faults with her equipment. So all her equipment's working. There's no reason for her to be on the ground dead now. So you get to read number 6.
What the heck? He shot her underwater. Prosecutors submitted evidence that Gabe's story contradicted the record of his actions stored by his dive computer. Mm-hmm. You already said that. Mm-hmm. They believe that Gabe turned off Tina's regulator and held her until she was unconscious, then turned the air back on and let her sink before servicing himself. This was also in line with other divers' accounts of a bug or bear hug. Oh shit, let me see, there's something on the other side. I thought that was it. Oh no, that's it.
Okay. So that's why they're thinking he held her below surface in that bear hug, because there's eyewitnesses saying they saw him give her a bear hug, mm-hmm. which is weird underwater.
He just wanted to give her a hug. He loves her that much. He just wanted to give her a hug.
I just want to hug you so much right now.
I just want to hug the fuck out of you.
Oh, wait.
Oops, I pulled out your regulator.
I turned it off. Oh, man, I need to turn it back on.
Oh, shit. Oh, you're sinking. Hey, I'll go get help.
That's how it happened. That's like literally how it happened. All right. After resisting extradition for 6 months, Watson traveled voluntarily from the U.S. back to Australia. So he went home during the investigation. So he shouldn't have.
That's not good.
Yeah. In May 2009 to face trial. So this happened. When did this happen? 2003 is when they got married?
Yeah.
So this is 6 years later. He's finally getting a court sentence.
Jeez Louise.
Crown prosecutor Brendan Campbell pointed out that over time, Watson had given police 16 different versions of what happened.
Wow.
What happened to Tina, and that none of those versions matched with the only eyewitness that had seen what happened.
So this is like that chick that was dating that guy, and then she ends up like murdering him because he was going to take some other woman somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Jodi Arias.
Yeah, and she was like, oh no, it was was it that one?
It was like, yeah, and then she was like, two people broke in and they killed him, and
yeah. This is kind of but now it's the man version.
Okay, so in 2008, so we're going back a little bit. I was really kind of confused about the timeline here, but I just did my best, and if it's confusing, I'm sorry. Gabe was charged with murder in Australia, but he pleaded guilty to manslaughter instead. So if you plead guilty, you don't get the death penalty or whatever. But Australia doesn't have the death penalty, so he was just going to be in prison for life. But the judge sentenced him to 4 years in prison.
Of course.
To be suspended after he served 12 months in prison. So after 12 months, he would have been released. That was later increased to 18 months on appeal. So now he gets to do 1.5 years.
Wow.
Tina's family stated that Watson's 12-month term was an embarrassment to Australia.
And, like, just disrespectful to their daughter, too.
Yeah, the thing... We'll learn about this, but to be honest, there's not enough evidence to really have gotten him in prison. Like, yeah, there's the dive computer, but he said that it was being faulty, and there's one eyewitness.
I thought there was multiple eyewitnesses.
There was one person who saw the bear hug. Okay. When Gabe served his sentence, he was deported back to the United States. When he landed in the United States, he was immediately arrested and charged with murder there. So yeah, as soon as he gets off the plane, he's like, freedom! Oh, fuck.
Freedom! Nope, just kidding.
In May 2010, Alabama Attorney General Troy King announced he had information not yet made public and wanted to try Watson for capital murder and kidnapping, asserting jurisdiction based on the theory that the alleged crime was planned in Alabama. So this dude is really trying to like get him. Like he wants to put him in prison because
he wants to see blood.
Even though it was their honeymoon, he planned to take her to Australia, do this really, really hard dive, and then kill her underwater.
Yep.
So I don't know if I said this in the future, but when they first initially dove with a group, and then they went back to the surface because his dive computer was broken. And they ascertained that he did that because he wanted to get away from the group. So it would just be him and his wife, so he had the opportunity to
drown her, basically.
Pretty much. So that's like allegedly what they thought was what his like whole reasoning behind that. Read number 7.
You. King petitioned Australia for the evidence held by police, but was refused access until he gave an undertaking that the death penalty would not be imposed, as required under Australian law. In June 2010, King assured the Queensland Attorney General he would not seek the death penalty if Watson was tried in the United States for his wife's death. Sorry, Burpee McGee over here.
So pretty much the Australian government was holding all the evidence hostage because they're like, we know you Yanks like to kill people, blah, 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 no death penalty, blah, blah, blah. So that's stupid.
I like how he can just take this, newly wife out and
everything's just dandy.
Everything's just, hunky-dory.
Okay, prosecutors in Alabama believed that they had jurisdiction to try him for murder as they believed he planned the murder when he was in the United States. So we already kind of said that. So here's some new key evidence.
My favorite.
Colin McKenzie, a key diving expert in the original investigation who had maintained that a diver with Watson's training should have been able to bring Tina up. Subsequently, retracted much of his testimony after being provided with Tina and Watson's diver logs, certificates and medical histories to which he had not previously had access. Mackenzie claimed Watson should not have been allowed in the water and never as a dive buddy for his wife, who had no open water scuba experience. Read number 8.
Tina had heart surgery to correct an irregular heartbeat 2 years earlier, but on her dive application had stated that she had never had heart problems or surgery. Professor Mike Bennett, a leading expert in dive medicine, stated that Tina was unfit to dive without clearance from a cardiologist.
Yeah, so that's like a really big issue too. If you have heart issues, you can't pretty much dive because it's bad for your heart because the pressure differences.
Maybe she just had a heart attack then.
I highly doubt that. But it's possible. So Watson had received his rescue certification, normally a 4-day course, after completing a 2-day course in an Alabama quarry. So it's supposed to be 4 days. It was only 2. So it's not, his training was not.
Like, it shouldn't be valid. Then.
Yeah. He had no rescue experience and little open water experience. So this guy pretty much just, if it was an accident, he pretty much screwed him and his wife over. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, this sounds like a great day. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind going to see his shipwreck, but fuck, I would go to the easy one and just like go around the Great Barrier Reef and play with the fish. But nah, you wanted to do the red dive.
Let's go under the most scary part of the water.
According to Mackenzie, he had no hope of being competent. He could barely save himself that day, let alone his wife. I don't believe he intended to kill her. Revelations that Watson needed help to don his diving equipment that day underscored that he was a dangerous amateur who showed a complete lack of courage when he abandoned his wife. So he himself, Gabe, needed help putting on his diving equipment. I think it was because he didn't know how. Mm-hmm. That, if you're a diver and you're certified, you know how to put your shit on.
Yeah, you know how to put it on.
But apparently he just didn't know. And so that's kind of, it comes in a little bit later, but I'm just going to kind of point it out now. The diving instructors that were on the boat that day should have realized that this person is not used to it. Mm-hmm. This is a dangerous route, like dangerous location to go diving. Maybe we should just go along with them to shadow them. But they didn't do that. Actually, this is where I talk about it. Company head Michael Ball said his people took Watson at his word, believing he was an experienced and certified rescue diver. The company later pleaded guilty to contriving safety standards. Their code of conduct said both Watson and Tina must be supervised at least a dive master on the dive in question, and was fined $6,500 plus the cost of $1,500. So pretty much negligence. That's what they are kind of going here. But I mean, I feel bad for them because they didn't really do what they were supposed to do to keep them safe. But at the same rate, they believed the dude for what he said. He was a rescue diver.
I mean, aren't you supposed to have like documentation or something?
He had certification. But he did it in a quarry. Like, it's like standing water.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same as very strong currents.
Right. It was the prosecution's case that Gabe didn't ascend as quickly as he might have. They believed that this showed that he intended to kill Tina. It was their case that he turned off her air supply just for long enough to kill her, and then he turned it back on. Mm-hmm. Read number 9.
But wouldn't it indicate on her watch or something that
she didn't have one?
Smart on his part. Mm-hmm. Read which one again?
9.
Number 11. Australian police officer Ken Griffey Jr.
What? It doesn't say that.
I don't know how to say his last name. So Ken G told the jury that Gabe was calm and provided a lot of detail. However, his tone changed when they refused to give his dive computer back to him. According to Ken, he became agitated and twice asked to have it returned to him. Alabama judge Tommy Nail.
Tommy Nail. That's his name.
Why does that nail look weird?
Nail?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like nail. It looks like Nile or something. Ruled that evidence of Watson's behavior following... Oh. Wait. Oh.
Just read number 9.
I did, but I'll show you in a second. Watson's behavior following Tina's death was inadmissible. Look at 10.
I know. I can't fix that. I don't know how to do it. It's weird. I tried. I don't.
I know. That's why I got confused. I thought it was part of 10.
Furthermore, the prosecution argued that a dive computer would not beep if the battery was installed incorrectly. It would be off. It wouldn't be working, so it wouldn't be beeping. And he used that as an excuse to get his wife away from the other divers so that they could be in the water alone. In their opening statement at the trial, the defense stated that Gabe received no money and that he had no reason to kill Tina as he loved her. It was nothing more than a tragic accident when the prosecution closed their case. The defense asked the court to dismiss the case based on lack of evidence. Guess what the judge did?
Left it open. Closed it.
The judge dismissed the murder case.
Dismissed it?
Mm-hmm. Like, completely. He's like, yeah, there's not enough evidence. You free, dude.
Wow. Like, this is America, right?
Mm-hmm. We're in America now. Because he had 2 trials, and that's why I got a little confused, because reading the articles, it would talk about it, and then it would go back to Australia, and I tried to put it in order how it happened, but it was a little crazy. All right, read number 10.
Oh, can't see like that. Oh, let's see. So I guess there's no... It just starts with an A.
Mm-hmm.
Nell also blocked Tina's father from giving evidence regarding Watson's alleged attempts to increase Tina's life insurance. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
I knew. I was like, there has to be some type of money involved.
Mm-hmm.
On 23rd, February 12th, Nell acquitted Watson for lack of evidence without the defense needing to present its case. Nell said that the state's evidence was sorely lacking and that the wow, starting puberty. Was sorely lacking and that the prosecution could not prove that Watson had any financial motive.
So, like, it's very true. The evidence wasn't there. But at the same rate, I'm like, there is enough to, like... It was negligence on his part. He abandoned his wife to die. Like, he was supposed to be able to save her.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't.
He could have been able to save her.
Yeah. So, I feel like that was... For murder specifically, it's understandable. Like, that was dismissed. But at the same rate, he let his wife die. That's what... I just don't... He pled guilty to manslaughter in Australia. Why not at least get him to do that here and do it? But no, they just dismissed it. So
how long ago was this again?
2010. So like 14 years ago. Okay, so that's pretty much the whole shebang. But guess what? We're going to talk about some creepy facts. Dun dun dun. So after Tina's death, guess what Gabe did?
Bought a Lamborghini.
No. Oh. Gabe remarried, and his new wife supported him at the trial. His new wife looked exactly like Tina.
Of course.
Creepy. Tina's father claimed that Watson had asked Tina shortly before their wedding to increase her life insurance and make him the sole beneficiary. She reportedly had $130,000 policy through her employment, but her father was the beneficiary. He also had a travel insurance policy in her name that he believed he would receive. Between both policies, Gabe would have received around $210,000.
Yeah. That's a pretty okay amount, but
I mean, that's not enough.
Not
to, like,
worth killing someone.
I think our life insurance, we have like $3 million or something. Maybe we should, like, I think altogether it's like 5. Because we have one through our bank. We have yours through work.
I think I have 2 through work or something like that.
I know you have one for me and then one for you. So in March of 2005, Watson launched legal action in Alabama's Jefferson County Circuit Court to recoup the cost of the couple's trip after the travel insurance company refused to pay out. He was seeking $45,000 for the accidental death plus compensation for trip interruption, medical expenses, phone calls, taxi fares, fees for other extra credit card statements, and unspecified punitive damage for mental and emotional anguish.
Who is this again?
Gabe Watson.
The friend.
No, the guy, the husband.
Dude. Oh, okay.
The action was dismissed in May of 2008 at Watson's request on the grounds the Australian investigation into his wife's death caused him to reasonably apprehend that he risks self-incrimination in the case. He's just trying to get money. Like, he's so dumb. His Australian legal team believed it was not in his best interest to pursue the damages claim, and his U.S.-based lawyer, Bob Austin, added that his client would not be voluntarily going back to Australia. I don't think you can after you get deported.
He got deported from Australia?
Mm-hmm. After he got out of prison there, he got deported back.
He just came back to America.
No. After the accident, he went back to America, and then he had to go back to Australia 6 years later to face court. So he's like, I don't know, that's just weird. Okay. Read number 11. Oh, this is the part that's really annoying.
Let's see. Tina's parents made a complaint to police that the flowers and gifts they left on Tina's grave were being vandalized and removed. They even tried attaching them with chains, but it continued to happen. The police set up a hidden video at the grave. The video revealed that Gabe used bolt cutters to cut and remove the flowers and gifts from the grave. It also showed him throwing them in the trash cans.
Okay, he literally took the flowers from his wife's grave and threw them away. And they caught him on camera doing this.
Good. Fucking idiot.
Oh, God.
Later, when speaking to the media, he had two different excuses for his actions. First, he said that he was still grieving for her. Okay, you don't cut chains and take flowers and throw them away. Get the fuck out of here.
It's premeditated.
Then he claimed that the flowers were large and gaudy and that she wouldn't have liked them. Okay.
I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
She's dead.
He's doing that shit because he's not getting any money. That's what he's doing it for. He's like a child that's got his ice cream stolen.
Except in the real story, his ice cream was his wife.
No, because he let that get stolen.
All right. A fictional... Okay, so that's the creepy stuff, but this is not really creepy. It's just very interesting. A fictional account of the Tina Watson case was filmed for Lifetime called Fatal Honeymoon. And it starred Harvey Keitel, Amber Clayton, and Billy Miller. The later two played versions of Tina and Gabe Watson, and the movie covered their wedding, Tina's death, and Gabe's court cases. The movie aired on Lifetime in 2012, and reportedly neither Gabe nor Tina's parents watched it or had any comment on the portrayal. You can find it on Amazon Prime.
Is it?
Yeah. I looked it up. So that is the case for Tina. What are your thoughts? Poor Tina. I feel bad for her.
Gabe got off with a slap on the wrist, basically.
It's really sad. The Australian government punished him more than his own government.
Mm-hmm.
But
they still didn't punish him enough. But then they're like, oh, he can't get the death penalty.
Well, that's fine, but it's just, I feel...
I mean, for one, they wouldn't give him the death penalty for that.
Well, they can't prove that he actually did it. He didn't... There's no... solid
even if
evidence.
They did, they still probably wouldn't give him the death penalty.
He had given 16 different accounts of what happened. I'm like,
yeah, it's
and it was super detailed.
What more proof do you need?
It was super detailed, and usually, if somebody's giving you lying to you, usually they'll add unnecessary details, and so there was comments about how it was really confusing. He would confuse it and mix it up, and he's like, no, that's not how it happened, and then he would start again.
Yeah, because he's getting all his 16 stories mixed up.
So this is kind of like the Diane Downs situation where she gave hundreds of different stories of what happened, and then this dude came and killed her kids and shit. I just find it unsettling, but it's just if it was an accident and he really just couldn't save her, that's one thing, but the bear hug, the eyewitness seeing a bear hug, that's a little weird. And then her equipment not malfunctioning, it was working perfectly fine, and it's not.
Well, the bear hug was so he could cut off the air supply.
Right.
And he was just sitting there holding her, cut it off long enough to where it looked like they were just, doing something different. And then he popped it back in and was like, bye.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
But yeah, so I understand why the judge had to dismiss it, but at the same rate, I just feel there is nefarious things happening.
That judge could have definitely gave him something. I mean,
manslaughter.
How is Australia able to, get him for a year and a half, but then us, we don't give him for anything? Like, he at least should have did another year and a half. Year and a half. Why does that sound weird? In prison. But, he got off and he went to his ex-wife's grave and vandalized it.
I wonder how his new wife feels about him vandalizing that grave.
If she's still with him, then she's just as bad as he is.
But anyway, so definitely, if you are interested in some pictures, definitely look up. You can just type in Tina Watson, and usually the first ones that pop up are of a scuba diving experience. There's going to be somebody in the front, and then there's a person on the ground, on the sea floor. That is Tina. That's a picture after she died, and it's really, really creepy. But so that's why we brought this case up, because it is really crazy, and it's crazy that Gabe was able to
got a slap on the wrist.
Was able to say that he was certified and actually not save his wife. So that's a little bit disappointing, because even if you weren't certified and your wife was going down, you would try.
I mean, he was obviously probably seeing this other Tina lookalike, and he's like, "Hey, I got a plan." I mean, he probably didn't tell her this, but we need money, so I'm gonna kill my wife now, get the insurance money, and then you and I can live happily ever after on $210,000.
See, but the thing is, it's on his honeymoon. Hey, why would you get married in the first place if you wanted to kill her? I get it, you want the money, but then you do it on your honeymoon. I guess it's well planned out, but
premeditated.
Jeez, it's annoying. It's really annoying.
100% premeditated.
But okay, so that's our case, the movie and the case. Tell us what you think. Do you think he did it, or was it a horrible accident? Write in, and you know where to write in for the night, 69@gmail.com.
69.
Great. I do have that email address on the little notes section for this episode. Also, if you want to see our lovely faces and weird faces we make, go to Patreon. I did copy and paste the website on the notes section as well. So again, we do not have a website anymore because I refuse to pay $300 for it. But next episode...
What are you looking at me for?
I just was waiting for you to comment. But next episode, you do not get to make any decisions. So I am choosing the movie called Fresh, and it is on Hulu. We watched it already. It was good.
I was like, we've already seen it.
Yeah, no. So I was like, that's a good movie that we need to share.
I don't want that one.
Too bad. And then I was going between two different topics for discussion, and bitch. But I think I just want to do more of a creepypasta thing this next time, which is a scary story. If y'all have never heard of Dear David, buckle in, because that's going to be...
Oh, this is my favorite story.
Is it really?
Never heard of it.
Okay. So buckle up for next week. It is going to be an interesting story. This one, I think I'm just going to read, and you get to sit back and listen to a terrifying story.
Take a nap?
No. Thanks for listening, and we hope that we gave you a reason to stay in for the night.
And peeps, guess what? Since the dogs were so chill right now because they're taking naps, y'all have to take 6 shots. Boom. Until next time, peace out. Shots.